JP Morgan just said this about Bitcoin and it has me so freaking excited. Let's take a look at what exactly is going on and what one of the biggest conglomerates in finance history has said about our favorite coin, our favorite asset here on this channel. Welcome back to the 99B channel, guys. It's your boy, Crypto RJ. Let's talk about it. So Bitcoin is currently up 100% in the past year. Pretty freaking cool. You could have doubled your money, okay? Now Bitcoin is at $121,000, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty freaking nuts. And I mean, like, yeah, guys, like this thing is it's pretty freaking nice, right? It's going pretty freaking well. In the past month, guys, they are up nine. I said they. Bitcoin is up 9%. It's also up 1% in the past week. And today, guys, is actually down. So excuse me, today was actually a red day in the markets, but let's talk about a couple things, guys. First off, some news from Luxembourg. So Luxembourg makes history with Bitcoin ETF investment. So Luxembourg's sovereign wealth fund has allocated 1% of its portfolio to Bitcoin ETFs. Pretty freaking bullish. Now, we're going to talk about JP Morgan in a second, guys, but fun fact, 13 years ago today, so on October 9th, 13 years ago, the price of Bitcoin was $11.89. Could you imagine putting in, it's called $1,000 into Bitcoin in 2012? Remember in 2012 when the world was supposed to end and all this crazy shit was going on? I remember I was watching the movies. There was like two of them, I believe, like a winter-based one and like a normal one. And I was literally 12 at the time. Imagine if I just somehow stumbled upon Bitcoin just magically and I decided, you know what, let me buy some of this shit. Obviously, I was 12, so I don't even know how I would have done that, but it's crazy to think about in perspective. I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below. October 9th, 13 years ago, 2012. What were you guys doing? Where were you guys? Now, let's get some news from the Jeets in India. By the way, I'm not Indian. I get that a lot, though. But hey, I'm not Indian. There's a Bitcoin ad on the front page of the Times of India, right? So it has this gold brick here and says, this is not an ad for gold. It's how much gold you can get with one Bitcoin, approximately 1.14 crores. Hey, pretty freaking cool. So you can get a kilo of gold, it looks like, for one Bitcoin. Now, what would you guys rather have right now? A kilo of gold or one Bitcoin? For me, guys, I think my answer is pretty freaking easy and pretty obvious. No, I'm kidding, Bitcoin. Countries with the most Bitcoin, who's next? So USA has the most with number 1. China is very, very close behind. They only have 4,000 less than the States. The UK is lagging back tremendously. They're too busy arresting people for their social media posts with 61,000. Ukraine is at 46,000, which is very impressive, to be honest, for a country that's been allegedly getting decimated in a war. I mean, not allegedly, but I mean, they are. But again, a lot of Bitcoin, right? Bhutan, which I believe they get a lot of their Bitcoin from mining. El Salvador, pretty freaking cool. And then look at the gap after that, guys. After El Salvador at 6,200, it literally goes down to 90. And then it goes to 66. So look at this crazy gap here, guys. And also, there are so many freaking countries that are on here that, like, for example, like massive countries, right? Like, where's Russia? Where's freaking Canada? Where's, some of the South American countries? Where's Switzerland? Where's France? Where's, freaking a bunch of these wealthy countries that aren't even in the top 8, right? So it makes you think, when all these countries start buying, what's going to happen to the price? Well, I already know the answer. Price goes up, okay? Now, JP Morgan analysts raise Bitcoin target to $165,000, citing parity with gold. So guys, 165K, when that happens, you guys are going to hear about it on this channel, which is why you guys need to subscribe. Subscribe down below. Now, anyone that has been complaining about the price of Bitcoin today, you are an absolute pussy. This is why we have a cat image here, because guys, we've seen crazy gains in Bitcoin in the past year, and you're complaining about a little blip, a little tiny little, come on, guys, do better. Come on, I know you guys can do better. But guys, listen, that is it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, I want you guys to leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.